can't handle the Oingo stuff.
Do you know side on a Navy ship, like when it goes port and port is left?
Port is left, starboard's right.
Starboard is right.
Of course, a porta potty. Porta potty is something.
The porta potty is called the head, and it's usually in the aft of the ship.
Sounds like you got
Come on, that was funny. The aft. The aft of the ship.
The aft of the ship. Also known as the stern.
I'm gonna say also known as the back because I don't know those whether it's called nautical terms. I don't know that shit at all.
Don't cancel the boarding. Oh man, I made them drown.
Forward, starboard.
Port is left because they used to be steered from the right.
They used to steer from the
before they had a center line rudder. It was on the right side. That was starboard, which is Afrikaans for steering board, but
left side.
And when they docked, they kept that on the far side from the dock, so the opposite side became port.
Far side.
The left side of a ship is always port.
Attack the starboard side. Starboard side.
Get to the aft! Get to the aft! I mean, you start saying that shit to me, I'm gonna go to the front of the ship. I don't care, but me,
no,
you
you
start
have to
saying
go
aft,
down.
I'm gonna go to the front.
That's where the fire is.
Yeah, that's where the fire is. I'm gonna go there. That'd be the first place I go. I'm going where the fire is at because I know that's the last place that's gonna actually reach.
I guess there's some sense in that, but I'm not sure what it is.
Well, the sense is fire burns stuff not down.
Right.
Right, so if you're at, man, there's a fire...
And the bow doesn't have an up?
Well, once again, the fire burns up, and the last place that's going to be going down is the fire going up, right?
Right. But smoke rises.
Whoa,
I'm still going where I'm still going where the fire is because the smoke goes up and the ship is going down. You guys are going to be at the aft of the ship going down first.
So you're hoping that as the fire burns,
that's only
where the fire started will be the last part to sink.
Well, I'd rather be warm than cold in the damn, ocean. I mean, shit.
Or because everybody else is going to the aft, and now that's where all the weight is.
Exactly. I mean, either way, I'm going where the heat is. I mean, I'd rather be warm.
You guys are stupid. Everybody's going to the aft.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are retarded. I mean, what the fuck are you guys doing? Haven't you seen Titanic? You wait until the ship goes down. I don't care. I mean...
I'm gonna stay in the port with the.
You know what was crazy? There was a chef on the Titanic who actually walked along the side of the boat as it was going into the water because of the way he was drinking. That he managed to survive because he had so much alcohol in his blood that he was numb to the water and all that stuff. It was crazy, and he describes walking on the side of it. And that ship stayed afloat for 2 hours and 40 minutes. That's crazy. Okay, jacuzzi deaths? I guess so. Water is dangerous?
I mean, look it up on your computer right now. Jacuzzi deaths per year.
I can't. I'm streaming on
it. It is actually amazing. It is actually amazing. But unfortunately, intoxicated people that go in jacuzzis will stay in a jacuzzi and actually fall asleep.
Oh, we got an Athenian island here. We're going to take that out.
And are on drugs and fall asleep and do anything, but they fall asleep in the jacuzzi.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that makes sense because it's so comfortable. It's very easy to fall asleep in it. Yes.
Correct. And by the time they're actually late because they didn't drown themselves, but they actually soaked themselves to death. And that is actual truth. That is the truth. And it's crazy how many people die over that shit.
There's a lot of dumb people.
I'm switching ships. I'm going to a Temporal Raider. That's my next ship I'm going to be flying. A Temporal Raider. Boom.
I'm using a Spartan trireme.
I love my next ship I'm going to be flying. I haven't flown this ship in a while. What kind of weapons do I have on this? Out of curiosity, I wouldn't know. Do I have anti-proton weapons? I need to actually use this for an endeavor. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't do my endeavors.
I'm going to start dancing. Gotta throw out my dancing clothes. Throw out some of that. Throw out one of these.
Oh my god, Greece is so gorgeous. Especially ancient Greece.
Oh shit, JV's on. I haven't seen that dude in years. This dude used to be a part of our fleet.
Oh really? What was his name? What's his name?
His name is JV. He used to be a part of our fleet.
JV?
He's now a part of the Black Omega squad, yeah.
Black Omega?
He used to be a part of our fleet, but he's one of those idiots that decided, well, I'm going to leave this fleet because this other fleet is better and is more equipped and it has a lot more shit than this fleet.
Oh really? He left for a bigger fleet?
Yeah, he left for a better fleet. Don't get me wrong, it was a better fleet.
Bigger, larger.
I want to say bigger. I'm going to say better. I won't say bigger.
It was
actually. When I mean better, at the time, yeah, at the time it was. Unfortunately, our starbase wasn't as high ranked as it is right now.
Oh, well, yeah.
Our starbase right now is, So, I mean, unfortunately, we do have members that left our fleet because there were other star bases that were like Riders of the Apocalypse that were basically...
I almost went to them. I think I was with them for a bit.
Yeah, Riders of the Apocalypse. Don't get me wrong, they're a great fleet. I mean, don't get me wrong, I won't say anything negative about Riders of the Apocalypse, with the exception of... With this particular fleet is
anything that's said before the word "but" does not matter.
Yeah, but this is a PvE fleet, as in we like to play against computers and we want to play with other players.
Oh,
we don't want to play against. We don't want to play against you.
I remember this.
And Riders of the Apocalypse and there are a few other, fleets out there that are not PvE, they're PvP, where they want to basically play against you and then make fun of you for having a sucky build.
Oh, there's a shark! Two of them. There's two of them.
So there are other fleets out there that are like that, and there are other fleet members that will leave our fleet because of that fact alone. The fact that we don't do PvP, we do PvE, which is player versus...
And PvP is definitely like the more popular. There's definitely get a lot more attention.
There's better games for playing PvP than this.
Correct.
Yes.
I'm the same way with Jax and a Harp and everyone else in our fleet is... This is PvE. We want to play, we want to make sure that when we do an advanced TFO or an elite TFO, I want to make sure that you are capable and ready and willing to do an advance. And I'm going to do everything in my power. Jax will do everything in his power to make sure that you are able to match us. So when we do these PvEs, we're not dying. On ground missions, like how I was dying a little while ago, I get upset, I get bitter, and I get not angry, but I do get bitter and like, fuck, like why am I dying? What's going on? I mean, you all saw me, you know, this is a couple hours ago, and I kept on dying. Like, what the fuck? You know, I get bitter and I get not angry, but at the same time, I want to make sure that everyone is either at my level and or better than me. And that's where I want you to be. I want you to be not at my level. I want you to be better than me. I want you to be able to watch my back so I don't die. And that's in, you know, whether it's a ground mission or a space mission, I want you to be better than me so I don't die. And that's where I've always been, and I will do everything in my power to help anyone in our fleet. Jax is the same way. There's a few other people in our fleet that are the same way. They want you to be better than them. And that's how, I mean, I don't want to die. That's my main focus, is I don't want to die in a PvP and or a PvE. Especially a PvE advanced. When I die in a PvE advanced, I get upset and bitter because I'm thinking it's not me.
What did you call it?
It's you. I died because someone else on our team, Travers, for example, when we were doing that one mission, Travers kept on doing his own thing and wasn't paying attention to the actual game. And I get bitter over one person, Travers. I was getting bitter because we were doing Turlock Aurora ground mission, and Travers kept on doing his own thing, and I kept on getting bitter and upset, and I stopped playing. I mean, I'll be honest, I stopped playing. I was like, fuck it, you know, this dude's doing his own thing, fuck it, what's the point? And it came down to you and Jax defeating Lita. And I stopped playing because of Travers, because Travers was doing his own thing, and I became upset with that one person.
And if you saw me in that, keep that emotion under control, son.
Yeah, if you saw me in that particular mission, it's like, dude, like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm gonna stop playing. You were there. I mean, Jax was there. You were there. I stopped playing. It's like, fuck it. You know, what's the point?
It was frustrating, but at that point, we needed to still keep killing all this whatever's coming after us.
Yeah. At the very end of the game, it's like, dude. Either A, we just start shooting Lita and hoping for the best, and or hoping that someone makes the correct changes. And at one point, you guys made the correct changes. Thank God you guys did.
Yeah. Fortunately, Travers just went off and started shooting stuff.
Yeah, thank God on that. And then you went on the consoles. Thank God on that.
And then we finally managed to get that 3-3 one. That was close. Oh.
Yeah, once I saw the 3-3, that's when I actually jumped back into. Before that, I was done. I was beyond irritated. I was upset, and I stopped playing. I was like, dude, fuck it. You know, this dude.
If you don't know how to do it, just stop doing it. Let somebody that does figure it out.
Yes, totally.
I mean, I'm more than happy to let a random do the consoles and stuff. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But
so when it
obviously he didn't either time.
Either time. No. At any time, that dude didn't know what the hell he was doing from the beginning to the end. That dude kept on fighting with all of us.
Yep. You don't need to be the hero. Step back.
Just step back and let one person
be a part of the crew.
Let one person do the consoles, not you
What do you know about Roxanne?
That's where I was at. I was like, dude, I'm done.
Yeah. So I didn't even have a problem with him doing the consoles. He wasn't waiting until she was anywhere near him.
Aspiring champions.
Setting them off, and then we're taking her over there, and then not doing any good. You're gonna do them fine, but
when it comes with this particular fleet, that's why I love this fleet, because most of the time it's 5 of us. It's not just 1 or 3 or 2. It's 5 of us, and we all join a actual game, and we're all online, and we're all talking to each other.
Yeah, communication is always a plus.
Yeah, communication in this game is the key.
Yeah, I never usually.
And especially with this game, it's like, hey, I'm on consoles. Okay, then if you're on consoles, then the rest of us are watching your back, because you're on consoles. We're watching your back.
Yep.
I will be part of this fight.
I'm going to do something else.
Indeed.
And that's why I love this fleet, because of that aspect alone. There's always usually 5 of us playing at a time. And if there's not, then it becomes down to missions. It becomes not PvE. It's not PvE. It becomes missions, and I do my best to help anyone in missions.
Yep.
So if you have a mission to complete, I want to be that person to help you complete that mission.
Yep. Yeah, missions can be fun if you're not doing them all right off the bat. The first time you play through them, they get really boring if you go right back and do it again. If you level up a character and then make another character, they're really boring. But if you go back once in a while and do a mission or two, they're not that bad.
They're not that bad, especially when, once again, if someone else is trying to level up. Yeah, I'm going to help you. I'm going to do my best to help you. I will level down to your rank.
There really isn't a better way to level up than missions.
Yeah.
So, if you can help somebody level up faster, then it's worth it.
Yeah, correct. But at the same time, if you want to do missions, I'm going to be that first person to say, okay, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you, and we'll do this. We'll get it out of the way really fast. Opposed to you doing it by yourself, and it's going to take you, 10, 15 minutes for one mission. No, it's going to take you 5 minutes because I'm with you.
Yep, it's faster and it's more fun with people too.
Yeah, it's way more fun.
Whether you've got one person or you got a full team, this mission's much more fun, go much quicker. And if you have a full team, then you get even more XP out of it, because you don't have to level adjust.
Correct, and that's why I love this fleet.
Because you can just hang back, let the 465s do all the work, and get the bonus XP for killing higher level stuff.
And like I said, this is why I love this fleet. Is we all try to do our best to make you a better player. When you become a better player, it makes us a better player.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to.
One member of the fleet being better.
I'm that selfish prick that does not want to die. And when I do die in a PvP, rephrase that, in a PvE and or a PvP, I don't care. When I die, I don't want to die. Especially in a PvE advanced. When I'm in a PvE advanced, ground mission, space mission, when we were doing that shit with Travers, I don't want to die. That's my bottom line.
We've done that TFO 100 times.
Yeah. No problems with that TFO until tonight, and then tonight I died like 4 or 6 times.
Yeah, I had some.
I have no idea how
internal
many times I
bleeding,
died.
etc., etc.
Yep.
Yeah, I had head concussions. I had major concussions. I had this.
Yep.
I mean, I was posting shit online. This was 2 days ago. I was doing an elite. Very similar to Turek Narur, but point being is I was doing an elite, and I was posting it just because I got my ass handed to me in an elite game. And I kept on posting, you know, what I basically my character was going to.
He was probably just bad at the
game. And then tonight, it wasn't an advanced. It was, rephrase that. It wasn't an elite. It was advanced. It was not elite. It was advanced. And I died what, at least 6 times in this stupid freaking advanced game, and it was pissing me off. It beyond pissed me off to the point where I stopped playing. And I apologize for stopped playing, but Travers fucked it up for everyone. I'm sorry, but that dude fucked it up for everyone in that game, and I stopped playing. Like, fuck it, dude. I remember. What's the point?
We got through her. We beat her. We won.
We did it. It
wasn't... we beat her. We phrased that you guys beat her. I didn't. I mean, the only time I actually got back into the game when you guys were 3-3, and I decided to, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Coming.
And I didn't even realize you guys were at 3-3. It was until Rebecca said something. Yeah, it was 3-3 for a while, and Rebecca finally said something. Well, it's 3-3. Is it? Really? Shit. Let me start firing. Let me start shooting. Damn it. I didn't realize that. Because I stopped. I was done with the game. I was like, fuck it. Fuck this dude.
Sparta, all that stuff. That's why. It's great.
I went with my favorite line. I'll rephrase that. I went with my second favorite line. Obviously, you guys know my first favorite line. Jax definitely knows my first favorite line, but I went with my second favorite line, which is "fuck that dude." And that's when I stopped playing. Was when I said "fuck that dude" and I was done. I was like, I was done.
Only one game.
And this is when it was 1 out of 3. Then you guys got 2 out of 3. And I was still "fuck that dude." I'm done. You guys have your fun, have your way with it, but I'm done.
It wasn't fun. It was just, I just don't like giving up on missions.
I don't like giving up on missions too, but I gave up. I wasn't giving up on you. I wasn't giving up on Jax.
But you did because
I was giving up on Travers. I gave up on Travers, and I was done because he wasn't going on with what we were actually doing, which was trying to, beat the game. I mean, it was, beating the game, and he kept on. I would press a console, and then he would press the console right after me. No, don't do that. Don't press the console. It's a concept. Especially with Tarek Noir, it's a concept. It's a 1 console, 2 console, 3 console. If you don't know the direction, then I'm sorry, but stop playing the game. I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, stop playing.
Well, it's kind of hard to learn what to do if you stop playing.
Learn by observing. Don't learn by screwing it up.
Thank you. Don't learn by screwing it up.
You don't know which consoles to use.
So then stop pressing consoles.
Watch the people that do figure it out, and then don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't press anything. Don't. The downfall with Travers was, Jax would start and he would get the right console first, or I would get that right console first, and then all of a sudden Travers would go out of left field and press the console, and it's like, dude, stop. And it got to a point with me where I gave up. I was like, fuck it, he ain't gonna listen. I don't know how to talk to him. And I was even actually, private chatting with him. I was private chatting with him saying stop.
Oh, were you? I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, I was private chatting with him like, dude, stop doing what you're doing. But no, he wanted to stop what he was doing, and he kept on fucking the game up, and that's why that game, unfortunately, took so long.
That's probably why he eventually gave up.
That's why I definitely gave up. I'm sorry. I apologize for giving up.
He got to the point where he just finally stopped trying to hit the consoles, just went up in the middle and started shooting stuff so I could jump it in.
Yeah, he started covering.
Thank you on that.
As soon as she was coming after you, and as soon as you died, she'd come after me. You know, if we were both in there, she'd go after whichever one of us was closest. You know, so once you were following me, all somebody had to do was wait and then set off the console. It would have been fine. But
I could have done that. You could have told
he was just setting off the console before, and then
I didn't trust myself to do it.
I mean, you would set off the console, or I would set off the right console. And we're talking about the first console that was correct. And then he would go off and start a different console. It's like, dude, that's not the right order. What are you doing? Stop. And I kept on, that's why I started, texting him. And private chatting him saying, stop doing what you're doing. Stop.
Yeah.
And finally, I think he finally did start listening to me, but at that point I was beyond bitter, beyond pissed, and that's when I stopped playing the game.
Yeah, eventually he stopped. Once it was too late to matter.
Yeah, it was way too late.
He'd always thoroughly annoyed us all.
Yeah, I was beyond annoyed. I was like, fuck it, I'm done. You guys have fun. You guys have fun. Kill Lita, make sure Lita dies.
I can't give up.
You guys can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I know you can. I started clapping. You guys can do it.
You were doing the cheerleading? Well, someone has to do cheerleading.
Well,
I have no idea how to do the consoles, put the force field down. But I know how to kill Lita.
I know how to kill Lita too, but
I don't know how to do that little part. I've never figured it out.
It has to do with putting the consoles in the right order.
Yeah, I just don't know the order to do it in out there.
It's always a different order. Every single time you do Terror, it's always a different order.
Easier.
Always will be a different order, especially in Advanced or Elite. It'll always be a different order. But once you learn that order, and it's the first time. It's the first time. Once you learn that first time order, it will be the same the second round, the third time you do it, it will be the same every single time. But until you learn that order, the downfall is I do it. I do one console, and then Travers does a second console that is not part of the order.
That's how we do it. We usually do it as a whole group, so we just let Hart do it, because he can just hit the consoles and be done.
Yeah, stop.
There's no point in everybody trying to do it.
Yeah, stop. You don't know what you're doing, stop. Just start shooting, the Terran, and let someone else who knows what they're doing do it. Stop.
Yeah.
Obviously the first time I'm going to do it, I'm going to hit a console, and then I'm going to hit another console. The first time around, it's not going to be right. Because it's 1 out of 3. But once I learn that order, once anyone learns that order, that's the order. It's the same with right before you actually go into that room. You have to learn the order. Once you learn that order, 1, 2, 3. But when one person does it and then another person does 3, and you need 2, you're screwing up the order. And that's what Travers kept on doing in the game. That's why I said, fuck it, I'm done. I'm done. Fuck it. What's the point? Because we're never going to finish this mission. And then finally, you guys actually did finish the mission. I thank you guys for that shit.
Yeah. Eventually, you talked him out of doing it.
Yeah. I just kept on texting him, like, dude, stop. Stop. In case you don't know how to do that, all you have to do is press onto the player and arrow up, and you can private chat anyone. Just so you know, Rebecca. Here's a great example. I'm going to give you a text shot. I'm not actually private chatting this person, but I'm going to show you like a quick message. I'm sending it now. I'm trying to send it now, but it's not sending. I'm not sure why.
Private chat?
It's actually really easy to put the consoles down as long as only one person is doing it. It pisses me off when two people are
I've been having
trying to
glitches
do
all
it.
day with this stupid game for some reason.
Don't worry, it's done, it's over. I've forgotten all about it. It was such a non-issue. It was one time.
Boom, it did some this time around. Thank God. I'm not actually, texting this person or actually sending anything to him, but all you have to do is arrow up, and then you basically click on that particular person you're looking at, and you can private chat him. And this is what I was doing with Travers. I was private chatting him, saying stop doing what you're doing. It was very brief comments because we were in a mission, so it was basically stop.
Yeah,
Don't.
It's very, yeah, you ain't got much time to write, so.
It was very brief comments what I was saying to him, and I don't know if he actually received them or not, but this is what I was saying: stop, don't, stop playing with the consoles. At some point in time, he actually did stop because you guys did get to 3 of 3.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually.
It happened.
But at this point in time, when it was like 1 of 3, 2 or 3, I stopped playing. I was done.
She was tough.
Careful. I'm going to be caught here.
But I was done. I was beyond bitter. I was upset, and I'm like, dude, forget it. I'm done playing this stupid game because this dude's not listening. And that's why, unfortunately, during that Turok No War, whatever, I stopped playing the game. Yes. I apologize for stopping playing because normally that's not me, but I extremely really feel bad right now because Rebecca was tired a little while ago and then she kept on playing the game.
I switched to Assassin's Creed.
So tired she had to play Assassin's Creed.
Well, I was tired, and then he kind of woke me up with the whole
for the PS4. I enjoyed it on
the conversations. And then,
yeah, don't blame me. Don't blame me. God damn it! That's what I hate when people start blaming me. I mean, everyone blames the hell.
I wasn't blaming you. I just said it gave me a second win. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying it gave me a second win.
And no one blames the hell. The hell is the hell, and yeah, he'll keep you awake, but don't blame the hell for keeping you awake.
I thought we were blaming the Travers.
You just said, I will keep you awake, but then
we are playing with Travers. I mean, Travers is the shit, dude. That's the best dude in the fucking fleet.
Oh yeah, he's not even in her.
No, he's not.
He's not in the fleet, is he? I thought it was just
Well, once again, Rebecca and Jax, I'm not being mean here, but Rebecca and Jax, right now, I'm not being a dick, but for both of you guys, and I have never done this ever in our fleet, but this is for the dual side. No one's talking to you right now, God!
I know, right?
That was, you know, a dual loudness of the hell.
Stereo.
Stereo.
The hell stereo.
Stereo.
Oh.
Look at that.
The right stuff. Oh.
What's in the middle? White stuff. Leo. In the middle. White stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah, it's not the white stuff, it's the right stuff. God damn it. If you don't want to, you know, if you don't want to see...
That's what's in the middle of an Oreo.
If you don't want to sing New Kids on the Block, fine, don't sing it. But don't fuck the lyrics up. God damn it, I love the New Kids on the Block, and if you don't fuck with those lyrics, then you're gonna have a problem. I swear to God. The right stuff.
They never had a problem with the lyrics.
There's a Weird Al.
Well, they had a problem with, yeah. I mean, Donnie Wahlberg had a problem with the lyrics because he was always intoxicated when he was on stage.
Yeah, but he had a problem with his own lyrics. They didn't have a problem with Weird Al's lyrics because they were on the song.
The right stuff. Yes, I'm a New Kids on the Block fan, okay? I admit it, Rebecca. I apologize. I'm not apologizing for being a New Kids on the Block fan.
New Kids on the Block.
What's wrong with liking New Kids on the Block?
I have them on my
Nothing's
playlist.
wrong. They're a badass band, right? I mean, I hate to say it, but it is a badass band. I mean, the fact that they can dance and sing at the same time, and you didn't even realize they were lip singing in concerts. They were, but that's beside the point.
Everybody does.
Yeah, everyone does. I mean, shit, even Prince did, but I mean, certain people got kind of judged for it. New Kids on the Block were definitely judged.
That's because some people were bad at it.
Well, no one's talking about was it Milli Vanilli?
Yeah.
Wait,
they were good.
They're in a class of themselves. They don't count.
Yeah, they got caught and no one realized, shit, that wasn't even their own actual voices. At least with New Kids on the Block, when they did it, it was their actual voices, but they couldn't actually dance and sing at the same time.
Whoa.
Oh.
Ow. Oh, that's not good.
The right stuff.
Spartans. Ah. Oh, it's close. Times 82. oh, oh, oh. The right side.
The right stuff. Baby, you got the right stuff, baby. I was a freshman when this song came out, and this song was the shit.
You were a freshman when that came out? Damn.
Yes, I was young. I was very young. Oh. The right stuff. And the fact that Donnie Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg's own brother, is in this video.
Well, why would he be?
They were both in the band.
I mean, he was a member of the band.
Yes, he was a member of the band.
Well, why would he be in the video?
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Donnie, yes. Donnie became actually a really good, actor, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Blue Bloods is good.
You might know him in Blue Bloods, yes. Is it Blue Bloods? I think that's the name of this TV show.
Yeah, Blue Bloods. And he's married to Jenny McCarthy, so he's done pretty well for himself.
Yeah. Did not know he was married to Jenny McCarthy.
Mm-hmm. He is.
And I had some fun with her when I was growing up. I'll be honest. Well, that was an inside joke. I apologize if I said that out loud. Shit. Never mind.
Penises are fine.
Oh, I said the wrong thing.
The wrong thing. Baby.
Yeah.
Damn, someone got that backwards now.
I wish I didn't say that. Oh. I wish I really didn't say that. Oh. Jenny McCarthy. She was fun in my high school years. Shh. I didn't say that. The right stuff.
We didn't hear anything. We didn't hear a gosh darn thing.
The right stuff. Baby.
What? This is him?
Yes, those are my high school years. And then right after the fact, Mark Wahlberg came out with his own particular videos. And those were the shit. I'm sorry, but Donnie Wahlberg, being Mark Wahlberg's older brother, came out with some cool shit. Donnie Wahlberg produced the shit out of his brother. And I mean produced him. Donnie was the mastermind.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Behind Marky Mark. If you're gonna, steal my shit, fuck it. I'm gonna stop talking. God damn it. Son of a bitch. But yes, Donnie Wahlberg has basically made Mark Wahlberg the man he is today. if you know Mark Wahlberg as an actor, well before he was an actor, he was a rapper. And that dude could sing some shit that was just beyond ridiculous. Now, out of curiosity, have you ever listened to Mark Wahlberg's music before?
Listen?
I'm not talking to you, Jax.
Impressive warriors from all over the Greek world have come to test their might and skill against each other.
I have very limited knowledge of Mark Wahlberg. Like, the most I know is, like, movies, like The Big Hit, Shooter.
He does do a lot of movies.
I enjoy the movies.
But only one will be called champion.
Alright, hold on a second. I'm gonna throw out a little rap for you. Give me a second. Here it comes. Right here. Okay.
You about that some freestyle?
I'm gonna bust out a little freestyle.
This should be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Break it down. Feel it, come on, feel it, feel it!
Oh, I feel it.
Come on, come on!
Come on. Yeah.
I love little girls, they make me feel...
1991 was a good year for me.
It was a great year for me. I don't know about you guys, but shit, 91 was awesome.
Good stuff came out that year. Did you got back?
Alright, youngin. That was the Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Mark Wahlberg at his best. Before he was an actor, he was a rapper. And Donnie Wahlberg was his producer at the time. After he was a part of New Kids on the Block, he decided to become a producer. And he produced his own brother, being Marky Mark. That's a little, knowledge for you. Old school knowledge, but knowledge all the same.
Knowledge is power.
All knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power, yeah.
Knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, Joe.
Go, Joe.
And to me, I think, you know, Marky Mark or Mark Wahlberg, however you want to call him nowadays, Mark Wahlberg. To me, he'll always be Marky Mark with the Funky Bunch.
Yep.
And he was always a better rapper than he is an actor.
Yeah. I still call him Marky Mark when I see his movies.
I like
yeah,
him.
I mean, to this day, yeah.
It's fun.
Thank you, Jax. I mean, I still call him Marky Mark. I mean, I can't change it. You know, I mean, that's who he is.
Every fighter for herself. These people are clearly working
I mean,
together.
Donnie Wahlberg didn't have no special names. So he's Donnie Wahlberg. But his brother will always be Marky Mark.
That's because Donnie Don doesn't sound that good.
Thank you.
The other contestants must be somewhere else.
Her. Okay. Next.
Who's Lacha? I have a Lacha here. And Lacha's trying to fuck with me. I don't know why she's trying to fuck with me, but I'm gonna fuck with her now. She was fucking with me first, now I'm gonna have to mess with her. Now I have to chase her down. I don't know why, but why is she running from me? I have to kill her with my sword. Kill her with fire? No, I'm gonna kill her with my sword. Just because she's in a stupid ass fleet.
I'm rocking that compass as well.
I hope this isn't you. I mean, is this you? Are you in a different fleet?
No, I'm in Assassin's Creed Odyssey here.
Oh shit, I'm gonna... Now I had to really mess with her.
Yeah.
I have no idea who this person is, but she is now fucking with me. I have to fuck with her. I'm sorry, but...
Them's the rules.
Those are the rules.
Game over.
Oh, it's game over right there. I just got pulled in for my assault.
Next. Where are these contenders?
Game over.
Maybe they're not.
That security escort has surrounded her.
Must be.
Now she's just straight up bending over. I don't know what she's doing. That's just weird. I have to send a picture.
Is she attacking you or hitting on you?
She might be hitting.
No, I don't know what she's doing. I'm gonna send a picture of it right now.
I think it's the latter. Is this a tournament?
No, I don't know what she's doing, but she started bending over. I have no idea what she was doing.
Yeah, sounds about right.
You got that good vibration. You got that sweet sensation. Come on, feel it, feel it.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! I have a dude on my team right now. His name is Token. That is awesome. I want that name.
Token, as in like the J.R.R. Tolkien?
T-O-K-K-E-N. T-O-K-K-E-N Token.
Okay.
So not the black kid from South Park.
I'm not sure. Probably not.
I'll send it to you just so you can kind of see what I'm referring to. But I want his name just because that's just a cool name. I want a cool name. I mean, Hell's not a cool name. I mean, Hell's
it's
just
not a
like...
cool name, it's just a name.
Or Laker fan is not a cool name because I can't even spell the damn word Lakers. Like, I had to spell Lakers.
Make a character called Token.
Token, yeah. I mean, shit, had I spelled the actual Lakers correctly, it would be Lakers fan, not Laker fan. But no, I was intoxicatedly drunk when I made the damn name.
Oh, don't worry about it.
10 years later, it's still Laker.
You can't change the PSN name.
Well, now you can, but before you couldn't.
There's a slight risk, though, so I haven't done it.
Yeah, but it worked.
Otherwise, I would have changed mine.
Yeah, I don't want no slight risk. I don't want any risk.
I changed mine, but it's worked fine.
There's a slight chance it can affect your friends list and stuff. So.
Alright, so I mean, so you say you can change your name, and Rebecca said she changed her name. Is that correct?
Yeah, my old
Is that the correct assumption I'm going with right now?
Yeah, I changed my PSN.
Well, once again, no one's talking to either one of you guys right now.
Sorry,
God!
I thought this was a conversation. I didn't know I wasn't allowed to talk.
Son of a bitch! I mean, son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch, darling. Oh, damn, you fell down the cliff. Nice. Does that count? No, didn't count it.
What are you playing right now? You're not playing STO, you're playing something else?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Sparta.
You're playing Assassin's Creed?
Odyssey.
We're playing Assassin's Creed on an STO chat. I mean, that's like breaking the rules, isn't it?
I
have to say that.
Committing blasphemy?
That's beyond blasphemy. That is worse than blasphemy.
A difficult price. I pay for it gladly.
I hate to say this one word, but God!
Where are these rest of these bad guys? I have a bunch more to get. Where are you hiding it? Where are you? Show yourselves! Actually, let's just do this.
So you have to start, throwing out screenshots because I have no idea what you're referring to.
Oh, 1 second here.
I mean, when I know, I don't know what.
Okay, here I'm gonna send a picture of what I'm gonna send a picture. I'm gonna send a picture of what I don't care. There's... Oh, I know, right? I'm so sorry.
It's okay, I want to see these pictures. I do. I really do. Don't apologize. I want to see these pictures. Don't apologize.
I apologize.
I apologize.
I apologize. Lord, I apologize. I apologize.
Is that them? Is that you guys over there? You're the bad. Yeah, they're fighting each other. Yeah, that's them. Okay, okay.
That is an awesome picture. I want to be the guy on the left.
Guy on the left? That's
That is you, the guy on the left. I mean, that's who I want to be on.
The guy that's just staring up at the sky?
Yeah.
Female.
I mean,
There's
yeah,
a female
that's...
on the left.
Alright, back to my battle. I gotta go back to the battle here.
The red headdress.
The red headdress, yes.
The red frillin helmet. Just staring up at the sky.
The other one is like, he's getting slashed and he falls off the cliff after his
You wanna know why he's looking up at the sky? Because he see the ancient aliens. No one
Yeah.
believes in that shit, but
Comet
the
coming.
ancient aliens are there, and that's what he's looking at.
Anybody else see that metal ship in the sky?
No, this guy's nothing. I love this game. It's been a while since I played it, but it's freaking awesome.
It does look pretty awesome. Where's that game called?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It takes place in the
Called
ancient
Troy,
Greece.
the Battle of City? What?
I haven't played a Assassin's Creed game in a while, but
Assassin's
I might get to
Creed
next time.
Odyssey.
So it's called Troy what? Troy, the Battle of...
No, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Or you could just call it a history lesson. Oh,
I
he
like that.
fell.
Troy.
Troy, the Battle of the Horse People.
Yes. The Battle of Troy. History
115
lesson
hours of gameplay, 114 of them are just sitting in the back of a horse. Waiting.
Actually, no, there's you can sit on a horse, you can fight on a horse if you have to.
Battle of Helen.
That's it. Just sitting in the back of a giant wooden
Helen
horse,
of
just
Troy,
waiting
yeah.
for 114 hours.
Yeah, Troy, the
And then
Battle
there's one
of
big
Helen.
climactic battle,
That's what I
and then
thought
you
it was
die and
called.
the credits roll.
Troy, the Battle of Helen, because that sounds like a better name.
Probably would have been a better game.
It would be a way better game, I'm thinking, because you have Helen in it.
Not necessarily. This is a...
Obviously, you don't need the Trojan Wars, but that would be the key to a Trojan War would be Helen.
Well,
Except
it was
that it's
Helen...
Sparta versus the Athenians, not Trojans.
Yeah, Sparta versus Athenians, exactly. Not
Once
Sparta
again,
versus...
Jack, son of a
Stray.
bitch! Son of a bitch!
I might get the next Assassin's Creed though.
Come on, Rebecca, say
Looks
it
like
for
it'll
me
be good.
one time. Say it for me one time. Please say it for me,
Yo, G, where are
Rebecca.
you
Come on.
going? Where are you going?
Let's take that.
Fine, you don't say it. That's
I'm sorry, I'm in the
I'll
middle of a
say
fight right now.
I'll say it for you. It's okay. Shit, Jack's gonna say it for you. Come on, Jack, say it
Too
for
late,
me.
no longer applies.
Yeah, it doesn't apply anymore.
Now you're talking to me.
I already forgot what I was talking about. Son of a bitch.
Okay,
God
people,
damn
what to
it!
do?
No one's talking to me right now. God!
Another horn. Almost finished.
Now, someone will talk to me eventually. I don't care if it's you or Rebecca, but that will happen.
Well,
that
we're definitely
happens-
talking to you.
No one's talking to me right now. I mean, I don't know why, but whatever.
Ah!
It will happen eventually.
Ah! You gotta die, dude. You have to die right now. 10 poison arrows.
Oh my god, I hate this mission.
Game over. Oh, I got poisoned out.
Oh, come on. I am so glitching out in this game today. I don't understand why I'm glitching, but
I'm not sure neither. Kill
now
all
my
the
temporal
contenders.
raider doesn't have any shields. I don't understand why my temporal raider doesn't have any shields. What? This is ridiculous on this whole shield aspect of the
bizarre.
game. Who's this person?
I mean, I could understand my inner player's Jay. I mean, at least my other brother player's Jay could take, damage, but...
I can see one ship not having a shield.
The Temporal Raider cannot take any damage. I mean, it gets shot, it gets done deal. It's a done deal.
Really? That seems weak. Like a bad strategy.
It's not a strategy, it's just a game.
I should return to Dracula.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my god! One shot just killed me. One shot, son of a bitch.
I just one shot a bear. How does that mean? With a sword.
You were defeated. That's ridiculous.
Me too. Well, no, the bear was. Won the tournament. Thank you for the memories,
it says
people.
respawn. I don't even want to respawn at this point.
Want to see my horse?
It says respawn. I don't want to respawn. You all can respawn all you want. I ain't respawning shit.
I'm gonna take a picture of my horse. Speaking of horses, this is my horse.
When my shields don't work, that's just ridiculous. I ain't gonna respawn to a shieldless ship where one shot kills me. That's beyond ridiculous. I'm not playing this game anymore. Fuck this game, screw you guys, I'm going home. Talking poo is where I draw the line.
Wow. Giving up? Again? Don't be giving up. That's not right.
I'm not giving up, I'm giving in. Giving up, is one thing. Giving
Alright,
in
how about
is a whole
capitulating?
entirely different. I'll capitulate, I'll
capitulate all you
I'm
like.
agitated.
Agitated capitulation.
I'll capitulate all over this place.
Oh,
God!
capitulate all over this.
You gotta throw the word God in any type of sentence.
God,
like
as
that.
in
You have to throw the word God
G-A-W-D.
in.
With a whole bunch of W's. W.
With a capital W.
Capital W. Alright.
Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand why my shields are not working. I mean, that's just...
Picture. Alright, hang on. Speaking of horses... I think his name's Abraxas, if I remember correctly.
Praxis? Wait,
No,
he's definitely part of the Trojan War.
Abraxas.
Not Praxis, Craxus. I don't know who Praxis is, but Craxus was part of the Trojan War.
But it's pretty cool. One second, you'll see.
Troy, not Helen of Sparta, because she did not like her husband.
Let's go.
And remarried.
Mm-hmm.
And became Helen of Troy, not Helen of Sparta.
Yes, I'm just saying that she was. I'm saying I'm explaining it from. I was explaining it from the Spartans' perspective.
From history, correct. You're doing a great job. Don't get me wrong. You're doing a great job on that.
It's just a Spartan's perspective, because in their mind, she was still Helen of Sparta. But really,
she was still Helen of Sparta.
In the Spartans' mind.
With Troy, I mean, she was Helen of Troy.
Exactly.
With Sparta, she was Helen of Sparta. With Troy, she was Helen of Troy.
Yeah. Well, don't put that.
And she, unfortunately, that one woman, I hate to say it, this one woman caused the entire war.
I'm not so sure she caused it, but the reaction was the Spartans.
Wars have been fought for less.
It was definitely.
Oh my god! I just respawned and died. Oh my! I'm done with this game. I'm so done with this game. This is ridiculous. This is my second ship. My shields are not in effect. That is ridiculous. But yes, I mean, she was Helen of Sparta. She unfortunately got into a little bit of whatever she wanted to get into and became Helen of Troy.
Yeah, she loved her. There was some, I forget the name of the dude, but there's some there she fell in love with. Hello.
I'm sorry, but I apologize. She married who?
I don't know. I don't know that guy's name. You should check it out.
She was originally married. What was his name? I want to say Menelaus.
Menelaus, is that it? I'm not sure.
No, Menelaus was her first husband, and Menelaus, started the War of Troy.
That does sound right.
He basically took his army to Troy, and Menelaus was killed in Troy. Hector was the brother. God, what was the brother's name? It was Hector and God, I forgot his name.
Paris.
Paris, thank you, Paris.
Yeah.
And that's who she basically fell in love with. She fell in love with Paris. But Menelaus was her first husband.
Yeah, King of Sparta.
Yeah, the King of Sparta, correct.
Oh my god, ow. Thanks for that one.
Thank you. I would never have guessed Paris. I was thinking of Hector. I'm thinking of who's Hector's brother? I forgot Hector's brother's name. Damn it. There's actually a good TV show. It's actually on Netflix. It's a great TV show called something Troy or just Troy itself. I'm not sure, but it's actually
Was it the
pretty
Brad
good.
Pitt one?
No, that's the movie.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, the movie's a really good movie, but
I was just wondering.
yeah,
It was
no.
the same one.
this is a TV show. It was 12 episodes, maybe a little bit longer than 12 episodes. It's like a Battle of Troy or the War of Troy. I have no idea what it's called.
Fall of a City.
Fall of a Troy. Fall of a City. Thank you.
That might be it. Yeah.
Either way, it's a good series to watch. It doesn't. Unfortunately, it goes off script. The actual events that happen, but
Usually happens.
I mean, the actual events that happen, it really goes off script. But the point being,
it's more based on the myths, not the Odyssey, which is what most of us come from.
I want to see the aftermath. I want to see the Odyssey aspect of it, where
most of the stories come from the Odyssey because Homer was there, or Odysseus was in war, whereas most of the myths are just stories passed down.
Yeah, I want to see the voyage home. That's what I want to see. I want to see the voyage home, and the fact that they fucked up and decided to attack
every step of the way. They fucked up.
Yeah. Well, and actually, I'm not sure if Rebecca knows this aspect of it, but when Troy was attacked, there was a grace period. And Sparta decided to go against this grace period and go ahead and attack Sparta.
Troy.
That's the Trojan horse. Yeah, that's the Trojan horse. And when they attacked, Troy. After the actual, war and whatnot, after that particular battle, they had won and shipped out and left. There were 2 or 3 ships that left. Unfortunately, because the gods at that point in time, that's what they were saying, gods.
Yes, a whole bunch of them.
Made it basically impossible for these ships to get home.
Is there a final challenger?
Indeed there is.
And that's what I want to see. I want to see that aspect of the TV show aspect of it. Is the Odyssey. And that's what it's called. It's called the Odyssey. And that's what I want to see. I want to see the ships, and I want to see them having to get home and the troubles they're going to come across and why they be able to make it home. And that's the Odyssey aspect of it.
There's a lot of parts of the Odyssey that would make good movies.
Yeah, it would make a great movie.
The story of Medusa is actually pretty cool too. Like just Medusa. Well, Medusa.
Medusa, you got me on that one on this aspect. I don't know who Medusa is. Who's Medusa?
The Gorgon with snake hair. Killed by Theseus.
I know who Medusa is, but as far as Troy goes, Sparta goes, who is she to Sparta, Troy?
She's not. She's Greek. That's about it.
She's what? Greek?
She's Greek.
That's about it.
She was a priestess of Athena in Athena's temple, and the sea gods of Poseidon fell in love with her. Actually, she was really gorgeous, and people who were going initially to worship Athena started worshipping
once again,
Medusa.
Like I said, I do know who Medusa is, but as far as Troy goes...
Oh, it's not about Troy. It's just something... Yeah. You're talking about gods and stuff, and I was like, well, an interesting one. Interesting story is Medusa.
It is an interesting story. But in that time frame, the Greek gods were a big part of Troy and Sparta and how they lived their life.
Yeah, they caused war in the first place.
Correct. I mean, it was a big part. I'm not talking about
Medusa,
the
I'm
actual
not,
gods
I'm talking about
themselves.
Medusa
I'm not
has
talking about the
nothing to
gods
do with
themselves or
Sparta
anything like that.
or anything like that.
Mistakes were clear from the beginning.
I'm just
Yeah,
talking
the
about
closest-
Medusa.
Most of the stories that have been in movies have been about the war itself. I'd like to see that more involved with the gods and stuff
We
too.
decide how this ends, not him.
They
But
caused
just-
it all. Let's get them involved.
Yeah, get them involved. Me, I'm more, opposed to, rephrasing, I'm opposed. I just want to see more of the aftermath of the War of Troy. I want to see the Odyssey. I want to see the ships that left
You must finish the battle.
and the
If you
travels
wanna
they
fight,
had to
step
make it
up.
back to
When
Sparta.
I say it's over.
That's what I want to see. I want to see. They fortunately didn't make it back to Sparta, but it took them not, a month or two. It took them years. For a 3-month travel, it took them years to get home. Not 3 months. It took them years to get home.
Oh,
That's
because
what
the
I
gods
wanna
are bitter, horrible people.
Correct. That's what I want to see. I want to see that aspect
Most
of
gods are.
Yeah, Hera and Athena said, "Oh, Aphrodite's prettier than us. Let's start a war."
No, it was the fact that, hey, we made a truce, we made a peace, we made a pact not to attack Troy in a 12-day of someone's death. 12 days. It took Sparta 5 days before they decided to say, fuck this truce, we're gonna attack now.
Well, they had to
After
build the
saying,
horse.
hey, we're gonna...
They had to build the big horse to put them where that they hidden.
Well, the horse, unfortunately, in any type of movie or any type of whatever you want to, see,
Well done.
it took them months and months and months for them to build this horse. It didn't take them, a day or two. It took them months. The plan was already in effect. But then they killed Hector, and it was supposed to be a 12-day mourning for Hector.
Oh, yes.
And unfortunately, Sparta didn't respect this 12 days of mourning and decided to go ahead and attack. And that's where you get Achilles and your Achilles heel.
Thank you, champion. So, I'll see you at my
So
ship.
anytime
Yes.
you look at your foot and you go to the bottom of your foot and you see
Wasn't it
your
because he got
Achilles,
shot in the heel with the arrow kind of
that's
thing?
because he got shot with an arrow to his...
Yeah,
I don't know if he got shot with an arrow or if he was stabbed with an
indestructible
arrow.
because his mum...
Yeah,
his
it was
mum
the only part
held...
of his body that wasn't indestructible.
Correct. I mean, he was basically
Because he
baptized
was
in
held
holy
by his mum
water.
by
He
the
was
foot,
baptized in holy
and that
water,
was-
but he was held by his foot.
Well, not
Correct.
holy water, but something else. Time.
So, and that becomes your Achilles heel. And that's where that phrase does come from.
And
So,
the Pyrrhic
with
victory
Achilles,
is
I mean, yeah.
the Pyrrhic Wars.
The point being is, in that particular instance, it was supposed to be a 12-day mourning period. And because they attacked and destroyed Troy, and then left Troy and decided to go home, the ships that went home, at least 3 of those ships took years. It was supposed to only take 3 months to get home, but it took them years to get home, not months,
I
years.
didn't know more.
And that's what I want to see. I want to see why it took so many years. And we all know why. I mean, the gods were dicks back in the day, and
They still are.
They broke the rules.
they broke the rules. I mean, they broke the 12-day morning.
That was after the gods started the war in the first place.
Yeah. And the gods started the War of Troy. Whether it was Helen, whether it was
Hera and Athena and Aphrodite that started the war.
Correct.
They're the ones that promised Helen to Paris in the first place.
Correct.
Because Eris gave them the golden apple for the fairest of them. They had Paris to judge. He said that Aphrodite was the prettiest of the three. She got the apple. So as a gift, Aphrodite promised Helen to Paris, which started the war in the first place.
That's what started the war.
Interesting.
But because of the whole 12-day mourning period, and that's what really basically screwed the Spartans after the fact.
Yeah.
Was because they attacked 5 days into a mourning period for Hector.
The true moral of the story, though, is if the goddess of strife and discord gives you something and says, you guys decide who gets this, just don't do it.
Just don't do it, yeah.
It's never going to end well. Especially among Greek gods, because they're all horrible people.
Hey, I like Zeus. I think Zeus is a badass.
That hate each other for existing.
And the fact that they used Zeus in one of the Superman movies, that was awesome. Justice League. Yes, Zeus was in Justice League.
Zeus was in Justice League?
Yes, he was. Zeus being Wonder Woman's father.
Oh, and he was in the movie?
And he was in the movie, yes.
Or are you just talking about this to
a cameo style, role, but he was in the movie.
Oh.
And there was a cameo shot of Zeus, whatever. Point being is he was still in the movie. Yes, he is Wonder Woman's father. Only a god can do one thing. What's that? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone?
Kill a god.
Kill another god.
As Kratos has proven time and time again. Constant slaughter.
And that's why I love DC over Marvel, because Marvel uses the same shit as DC, but Marvel steals shit from DC and makes their own shit, and I hate Marvel. I'm sorry. I'm a DC fan.
Wow, rare. Interesting.
It's not rare. It's actually not rare at all.
It is.
Unfortunately, Marvel does have the money and all the nice little special effects and whatnot. But I'm still a DC. Yeah, I'm a DC fan. Always will be a DC fan.
Rowers to positions!
I love the Flash. I love Superman, Wonder Woman, the Green Lantern. Shit.
She's awesome.
Unfortunately, the Green Lantern kind of sucked as a movie with Ryan Reynolds, but
yeah,
a
lot of their movies suck. But that's
as far as the character goes, I love the characters. I'm a comic fan. I love comics, and the Green Lantern was one of my favorite comics growing up.
Yep.
Mine was the Punisher. I like the Punisher.
Sure, great. I have almost the entire Bombshells collection on the shelf behind me.
Unfortunately with me with Marvel is every single one of Marvel characters, I don't know why, but every single one of Marvel characters, there's always something that's negative about each and every single one of their characters. Something happens that was just negative, and that's because after something happens negative, like Batman in DC,
they follow the Batman kind of art.
Yeah, I mean, they're following Batman, and every single one of their characters, something happens to have to be bad for them to be a good guy, a hero. Something has to be so negative for them to be a hero, and to me that's just ridiculous. No. And that's why I'm a DC fan, because
There's something floating there.
it's not like that. I mean, there's only one character in DC that something happened that was so negative, and that was Batman, Bruce Wayne, where his parents passed away.
Was murdered brutally in front of him.
Correct. But in Marvel, every single one of their characters is basically the same thing. Something happened so negative in their characters that...
Oh, part of that is because Marvel has a lot more mutants than it does superheroes. DC's a lot more DC characters are just born with superpowers or created with superpowers. More Marvel characters had to have something to make that gene
Spider-Man in Marvel comics, Spider-Man himself has to be bit by a spider. It becomes negative. It's like something has to happen negative for them to become positive.
No, something had to give him his powers.
You know, I mean, it's not like Superman where I'm going to put you on a lifeboat and send you off to Earth. And then you become something more than what Earth is. You're going to be something better. You're going to be something more. You're going to be something that people are going to look up to.
Yeah, but that's not the intention. Spot.
Well, that's not the intention with Marvel, no. With Marvel, unfortunately, that's not the intention. The intention is something negative has to happen for them to become positive. And I don't know why, but even Wonder Woman is, to me, awesome. So I'm not talking about the movies, I'm talking about the original comics. And the fact that she was, you know, the movie was good. It actually really reflected into the comics. It really did reflect into the comics, where she was raised on Earth, but in a basically a secret society.
No, it was a hidden island.
That was in the comics. So, but it was still positive. It was nothing negative with Wonder Woman. It was nothing negative with Superman. It was nothing negative with the Flash. It was nothing negative, period. You know what I mean? With the exception of Batman. The Green Lantern, I mean, he got a ring. He was a flight, and he was about to die and got a ring. The ring made him the Green Lantern, and he became something more, he became something better. Nothing negative actually happened with the Green Lantern. But with, for example, Iron Man, Spider-Man, anyone else in between, when it comes to Marvel, it's all negative. I had to be bit by a spider. I had to almost die, and I mean, with Iron Man, shit, man, that story has changed so many times, from the comic books to the movies to anything else in between. It's always negative, especially with Iron Man. Hell, even when he died in this last movie, it was still negative. I mean, I don't understand why it has to be so negative, I guess.
Well, he didn't die negatively. He died in the coolest way possible.
He died as a hero? He died as a hero? No. To me, it's negative. I mean, why can't you have a movie where the superhero...
They've been doing the last decade or so. Dark and gritty.
Dark and gritty, thank you. It's dark and gritty. don't get me wrong, they're good movies. I mean, I do like them. I do like the Marvel movies.
It does separate things from DC, which is nice.
Yeah, I do like the movies. Don't get me wrong. I mean, with the
I'd rather have their characters be negative than be carbon copies of DC characters.
But they're complete opposite of DC characters. I guess that's my problem with it.
Yeah. Because they want Marvel to be different than DC.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the right way to do it, but that's their point, is keeping everything.
But even in the comics, it's the same way with the comics. I mean, I'm talking about the
in
comic
that
book
sense,
itself.
Marvel's kind of more realistic because it's not just like this perfect world kind of thing. They're not perfect. They have issues. They're human. They're not just gods.
Yeah. Try to humanize their characters more.
Yeah, I mean, with the first Iron Man movie, I hate to say this, but with the first Iron Man movie, to me that was just. Did you even read the comics when you wrote this movie? I mean, did you actually read the comic books?
What, is it that bad?
Well, the movie itself is a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I love Jeff Bridges. Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor. Yeah, I mean, I think Jeff Bridges and Robert Downey Jr. made that movie, and it was a good movie. Don't get me wrong. But did the writers actually read the comic books of Iron Man? I mean,
I'm just playing devil's advocate. Because usually you hear the opposite.
Yeah, you hear the opposite. I mean, everyone loves that shit.
Everyone loves Marvel.
Yeah.
And everyone hates DC.
Yeah.
Usually how it goes. So it's nice to hear that.
And me, I'm
I like them both.
Opposite. Yeah, I like them both.
There you go.
Because
I like
I don't
Image
see them
Comics
as
too. Do you
competing
remember
with
Image
each other.
Comics? Anyone?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Image Comics?
Image Comics.
Gen 13.
Image Comics. Dark Horse Comics.
Dark Horse, yeah.
The
Dark Horse brought a lot of
I just like comics. I don't like one over the other. No point in that.
True.
I like Ford and Chevy. I like Pepsi and Coke. You don't have to choose one.
It's not that I don't like Coke. I mean, we're going to talk about Pepsi and Coke. It's not that I don't like Coke. It's the fact that I can clean my battery acid with Coke.
Yeah.
And the fact that I can clean battery acid, now I'm going to put that in my stomach? No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm not going to put that shit in my stomach. Well, Pepsi's not much better, but I can't clean battery acid with Pepsi, but I can with Coke.
That's because there's too much sugar in it.
Nasty for your health.
If I want to, if my
The
battery,
carbon content's lower and the sugar content's higher. Otherwise, you could things wrong with it.
That's my only problem with Coke and Pepsi. I mean, if you're talking about Coke and Pepsi, I can clean my battery acid with one of the products. I can't clean them with both.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put that one in my stomach if I can clean it my battery acid. I'm sorry, but
my point is, it's okay to like both.
It is okay to like both. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know why so many things have to be one or the other.
Okay, when it comes to Coke and Pepsi, it has to be one or the other. I'm sorry.
Fanboys out there that you don't like DC? Well, you suck because they're the only comics that matter.
Well, yeah, if you don't like DC, you do suck. I'm sorry, but I'm that dude that's going to say that. If you don't like Superman, then suck it.
Yeah, I like comics. I don't care who makes them.
Well, Stan Lee can suck a donkey dick. Rest in peace, Stan Lee.
I like Jim.
But, yeah, I'm a DC fan. I'm sorry, Stan Lee. I'm a DC fan. Rest in peace, Stan Lee, because you were great in your time. made some great characters. Don't get me wrong. He made some great characters.
Yeah, Dark and Gritty wasn't his fault.
I'm just saying that for me, Marvel is dark, DC is positive, and that's what I'm referring to.
For the most part.
One is light, one is dark. With the exception of Batman, but Batman had his...
That's why it's okay to like both, because they're not competition. They're completely different kinds of comics.
They are. They're completely different type of comics. Correct.
You're allowed to not like one. That's fine. But
it's not that I don't like Marvel. Don't get me wrong, because they make great movies. Except for Guardians of the Galaxy. If you like that, I'm sorry, but that's just ridiculous.
That could have been better.
Was it good?
Do you like Guardians of the Galaxy?
I haven't
Rebecca,
seen it. I haven't seen it to give a really honest opinion on it. I'm really out of the loop on a lot of these
Okay,
movies.
cool. Yeah, don't. Just don't. That's all I can say is don't.
Read the comics though; they were better.
Way better.
Apparently the soundtrack was pretty good because they have my task force leader.
Yeah, the soundtrack was awesome. Whoever came up with the soundtrack for Guardians of the Galaxy, don't get me wrong, that was a great soundtrack, but as far as the movie goes...
Oh, shit.
As far as a sequel goes, the sequel's even worse than the first movie. And that's the one with Kurt Russell. God, that is just awful.
Just because an actor's in the
And I like Kurt Russell. I think Kurt Russell's a great actor, but when he was in that particular movie, okay, rephrase that, his last couple of movies kind of really sucked, but in that movie, he just really sucked. Then he did another movie with Vin Diesel called Fast and whatever.
Fast and Furious?
Fast and Furious 20 or whatever it's called, the Fast and Furious 15. I don't know what it's called.
I enjoy the Fast and Furious, especially Too Fast, Too Furious. That was the best one. You like
Too
Cars,
Fast,
though, don't
Too
you?
Furious is the best one.
I love that one. Yeah, it's my favorite.
The first movie I can stand. Fast and Furious, the first one. I can stand the first one.
The first few were okay, then they just started getting bizarre.
Bizarre, and then they made one with Kurt Russell, and I don't know why I didn't watch all of them. I have watched all of them. I don't know why I watched all of them.
Morbid curiosity.
Yeah, thank you. Morbid curiosity.
This can't suck as bad as I think it will. Oh, it did.
It did. It was beyond ridiculous.
They jumped a car out of the space shuttle onto the moon.
Onto the moon. I mean, how did they get to the moon? But they did it.
What?
Oh, they haven't done that yet, but give them time.
They haven't done it yet. Jackson's being facetious right now.
Yeah. They did have that airplane with like the 3,000-mile runway. That was... Yeah.
But it gets to the point where it's beyond ridiculous.
Yeah,
the one with Kurt,
they started ignoring physics a long time ago.
You want to start trouble?
The only part of Guardian of the Galaxy I do like is Vin Diesel's character, I'll be honest. I like Groot. And why? Because he only says one freaking word. Groot. I am Groot. Or you speak Groot? You speak that language? I am Groot. What's your language?
Maybe you need to know Klingon, though. Well, I got to do some Assassin's Creed at least.
The difference between, once again, I'm going to say this one more time, the difference between Marvel and DC is, to me, DC is a positive note, and Marvel, to me, is a negative. Everything has to happen negative before it becomes positive. Where DC is, something's going to happen positive for it to become positive. And that's why I like DC.
You ever read Stan Lee's Just Imagine?
No, I have not.
You might not like it because you don't like Marvel characters, but it is a pretty cool book. It's basically it's an in joke, but it was basically a what if Stan Lee created DC characters.
Oh, really?
I think it was like 3 issues or something. His version, he gave them all like joking alliterative names and stuff because it was all a joke with how Marvel characters are made. So.
How Marvel characters are made. Gotcha.
It wasn't meant to be a serious thing, but Grant Morrison did make them all canon on Earth 6, but that was unrelated to what it was.
Shit, back in the day, at one point in time, DC and Marvel actually teamed up and made comic books that were DC Marvel combined.
Yeah, they've teamed up a few times.
Yeah, they're not like
those were good comics.
Usually those were DC characters and Marvel characters.
Correct.
The Just Imagine series was just what if it had been Stan Lee that created these characters? It's kind of interesting to see his take on some of them.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go. I'm on an island right now.
ESD, that's where you want to go. You want to go to ESD.
I'm on an island in the ancient Greece. It's not quite yet. It's not Earth space talk. Oh, look at you. How'd you get on the boat? Oh, wow. This is Athenian.
I could really freak some Athenians out.
Or actually, no, you could send in Voyager because it could land on the Earth. You could land on the planet.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be slick. We have definitely freaked out everyone.
I don't have Voyager at the moment, though.
What? Shit, it is 2 o'clock in the morning. God bless America, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
I have the Alliance cruiser at the moment. I think that would freak some people out, too. Got up out of nowhere.
So you're 4 hours ahead of us, though. That's cool to know.
Yeah. You're like on the west coast of the States.
No, we're in the West Coast, okay? This is the West Coast.
I said that. I said West Coast. And you hear I said West Coast.
I'm not sure what coast you're in.
I'm on the East Coast. I'm in the East Coast.
Go to the East Coast and then travel another hour east.
Yeah, I'm going to say travel another hour east because the East Coast is 3 hours ahead of us. You're 4 hours ahead of us, so that's not the East Coast.
It is the East Coast.
And north a ways.
It's just a little bit, yeah.
It's just not the East Coast of the U.S.
Yes, the East Coast of Canada, which hangs out a little bit further into the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, I mean, she's straight in, French Canadian style. I mean, she's not
they
Canadian,
didn't want to be quite. They weren't comfortable being quite as far away from England as we were.
She's full-on Canadian. She's not just Canadian. She's French Canadian. Do you speak French out of curiosity?
No, my family does though. I never really learned it.
Isn't that weird how like that shit happens? Like my family speaks Italian, but I can't speak a lick of that shit.
Yeah, I kind of rebelled against it. I struggled
learning. Because you live in
it.
America and have no reason to speak Italian.
Yeah, thank you. I'm the same way. I mean, I don't speak that shit.
I like other languages. I just can't stand the French language. That's all.
I can pretend to speak Italian.
Yeah, I can.
I like the Italian language. That's cool.
I do have the accent.
But the French,
I can speak
I
Guido.
understand.
I can speak Rita if you really want me to. Thank you. I can speak that shit. I can be a guinea all you want, but as far as me actually speaking a language, no, my family does.
I took French in high school. I retained nothing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what am I going to do?
I spoke Spanish in high school, and I still can't speak that shit.
Yeah. Spanish might come in handy somewhere, though. But
yeah, because you got the bilingualness
I speak
too.
better German than I speak, Spanish or Italian.
When am I going to learn French, then? I'm not going to go to France.
Parlez vous français? I don't speak any different language besides English. I love English. I think it's a great language.
I barely speak that.
Yeah, I don't speak it well. If you hear me talking, I mean, shit, I only have, a few phrases in English. No one's talking to you right now. That's my language right there.
That'd be funny if that was the only English you knew. Trying to ask somebody a question.
That is the only language I know. Shit. That's half the time.
Nobody's talking to you.
No one's talking to you right now. God, I mean, that's my
you should try that. Go to a city that you don't usually go to, and just say that. That and fuck that dude with an Italian accent.
Dude.
See how far you can get.
Say my two catchphrases. God, I love it.
Nobody's talking to you.
Talking to you. What? Fuck that dude. No one's talking to you. Fuck that dude.
No one's talking to you.
I just want a beer, but I'm just saying, fuck that dude.
Fuck that dude. Fuck that dude.
Fuck that dude.
Fuck that dude.
I just want a beer. Fuck that dude.
Get the fuck out of my bar, man. Nobody's talking to you.
No one's talking to you.
You last about 5 minutes before you get your ass kicked.
The fucked up thing with me is I'll actually try that shit one day.
I'm sure.
Just to see what will happen. I'm gonna actually try that. If you don't see me for a month or two, you know why.
You're either in jail or a hospital.
That motherfucker actually did it. He did
Maybe
it.
both.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, unfortunately, Rebecca, I won't be online once in a while because I do fuck up. I do screw up. I'm a screw up every once in a while.
Hey, no one's perfect.
My intoxicated ass, leaves the house, and when I leave the house, I become a dumbass.
Wow.
And I start asking stupid cops questions. And one of the dumbest questions I've ever asked a cop. This is one of the dumbest questions I've ever asked a cop.
I heard this.
You've heard this? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I heard this.
How does... Okay, well, what did you hear out of curiosity? What did I ask a cop out of curiosity? You heard this. What did I ask a cop?
How does the donut taste? Or something to that.
With that cop.
With that cop.
How does the donut taste with that cop? That was my dumbass question. And it unfortunately cost me 6 months of my life.
Goddamn.
Rephrase that. It cost me 2.5 months of my life. Rephrase that. I missed 2 court dates. Missing my initial court date. The second court date was me missing that court date. The second court date cost me. And I had to serve the entire 6 months time. Which I recently got out of jail about a month ago, a month and a half ago I got out of jail. I don't know, it's been a while and I've been out. Yeah, I've been out for a little bit now.
That must be freaky going to jail.
Yeah, you disappeared for a while. We figured that's probably where you were.
I actually told someone in our fleet what was going on. That my brother told someone in the fleet what was going on, but son of a bitch, he left the fleet, and you couldn't actually tell anyone else in the fleet.
Yeah, didn't bother telling any of us, but...
Yeah, he didn't tell anyone else. I'm like, God damn it.
My good brother.
We assumed though. We figured the fuck went and did something stupid and got arrested again, or.
That happens with me, unfortunately. So if I ever leave for like, you know, a few days, you know damn well what happened. Damn it. I'm not my brother. I'm not in law enforcement. I'm not completely the opposite. As far as going to jail,
damn it, he's gone. He must have tried that doesn't speak English thing again.
As far as, you know, going to jail your first time around, yeah, that shit's some scary shit your first time going around. With me, unfortunately, I've been in jail more than one time, so it's not really affecting me anymore. I know what happens, I know where I'm going to go, I know what's going to happen. It's prison that scares me.
Yeah, that's what you want to avoid.
That's what you want to avoid, is prison.
Jail is different than prison?
Jail is way different from prison, yes.
Oh.
I mean, I go to jail, and when I'm in jail, I speak to the guys that are going to prison. They have to finish their jail time first, then after they finish their jail time, then they go to prison. And what's funny with these particular idiots is they start writing letters and saying what they're going to do when they get out, knowing that they're not going to get out for 3 or 4 years. With me, it's always months. I don't fuck up that much. I'm not that much of a screw up. I'll be here, you know, at most 6 months at a time. That's, you know, that's as far as, you know, I will go. I don't do hardcore criminal shit. I do dumb shit like ask cops dumb questions and then provoke them and then get irritated and agitated and really provoke them, and hence my last time around.
Hey Mac, what are you in for? Ask the cop a question.
That was really embarrassing.
Yeah, I always say that. I asked you know, a cop a dummy question. I provoked it.
This guy's the new boss.
Everyone knows I provoked it. I don't care. You know, I always say this is how it started, and I started it, and it got provoked a whole lot more than what I say over the chats.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows there's a whole lot more to it than just asking a cop a question. But it's still funny.
I provoked it. Okay, I provoked it. Whatever.
Ask the cop a question.
I asked the cop a dumb question, and how does that donut taste of that coffee? And that's usually where I end the conversation. This is what I said, that's that, or this is why I was arrested. No, that's not why I was arrested. I provoked it, you know, after the fact.
You did something stupid you weren't intending to do?
No.
It happens.
I got what they call a DIP, drunk in public. Provoking an officer. And a couple of those charges that, you know, are kind of...
Wasn't drunk in public. Drunk in a bar.
I was drunk in Denny's. I wasn't even in a bar. It was at Denny's. And they don't even serve donuts at Denny's. The motherfucker was eating donuts. So that's where that came from. I don't know where it came from, but whatever. Motherfuckers, they don't even serve donuts, but the fool was eating a donut.
4 of them squared off with me in the parking lot. I backed down. I didn't know how many it would take to kick my ass. I knew how many they were going to use.
Whatever it took.
Man, he had a bad day that day. I swear to God, that's what I'm going with. That dude had a bad day.
If you see a cop in a Denny's, he had a bad day. If you see anybody in a Denny's, they had a bad day.
Yeah, they don't even serve fucking donuts at Denny's.
If you see anybody in a Denny's, they're still having a bad day.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
I got mistaken for Rob Zombie in a Denny's once.
Wow.
Awesome.
Didn't get me anywhere.
Right.
It's not like you got your free food
You're
or
no longer
anything.
going to be called Jax, in my opinion. You're not called Rob.
At least gotten some free food out of there.
No one's talking to you right now, Rob. God!
Roberto.
Roberto, that's even better. Thank you, Rebecca. His name is Roberto.
Having breakfast. The waiter comes in and I don't mean to interrupt, but are you Rob Zombie?
Are you Rob Zombie? No, you're Roberto. You're Roberto, not Rob Zombie.
No, I'm definitely not.
Alright, Roberto, whatever, man. He might be a zombie, I don't know, he could be a zombie. Sometimes you act like a zombie.
I could have just given him an autograph. Maybe it would have take a selfie with him.
Oh my god, see?
We got away with it.
I just seemed to show it to his friends. Look, I met a daddy's like, who? What do you mean you met Rob Zombie? That doesn't look anything like Rob Zombie.
Oh no! Oh shit! That's not good.
I saw that movie 1,000 Corpses once, but only once.
That's all it takes.
I mean, he made a great movie, don't get me wrong. I mean, 1,000 Corpses and the sequel to it. And they're gonna make another sequel, I heard. Rephrase that, they're gonna make another sequel, I heard.
I did make a third one, yeah.
Yeah, you made a third one, right? I mean... What's the second one called again? I forgot.
Double Rejects.
The Double Rejects. And the third
Oh
one's
yeah, that's right, that was freaky.
Yeah, they're pretty freaky movies. It's some gory.
Right,
yeah, I can't watch.
That's
that stuff.
That's awesome. You know,
People just like seeing my wife. They don't care about the actual movies.
Yeah, they just like Roberto.
Yeah, they just go for my wife.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Roberto. I like your shit. I think it's awesome. I think it is some good shit.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You know, I'm never gonna let that shit go. I mean, Rebecca said it first, and now Roberto is gonna be your name. Sorry, I'm never gonna say the word Jack's ever again, Roberto.
I don't know where Roberto came from.
It came from Rebecca.
It's actually Robert.
Roberto is not that much of a difference.
Robert Bartley Cummings.
Whatever, Roberto. I mean,
but don't tell anybody. I have an image to pull.
Okay,
stop changing your name, Roberto. God damn it.
Better than Roberta, I guess.
Roberta. It's not that name.
Don't get me started because now I have to change your name one more time. Son of a bitch. Alright, Roberta, that's it. That's your name.
No, don't do that. No.
Okay, it's better than Bill.
Better than Bill.
Well, you could be rich. I mean...
I could, but I'm not.
Alright, Roberta.
I could have the same name as the Star Trek commander.
Oh, Captain Roberta, that's it.
Oh my god, no.
So, Roberta, how's your day going today? Since it's almost daytime. Shit.
Been alright.
The fact that you answered the question, damn it. That makes it so much more funner.
You see my wife, every day is good.
Every day is good. Awesome.
Wake up every morning, drink a beer, scoot cherry, punch a pig in the face.
Why would you punch a pig in the face? What the fuck did a pig do to you?
Why not?
What did Wilbur do to you? I mean, seriously, what the fuck did Wilbur do to make you want to punch him? That's me. That's his cold-hearted. Wilbur is a dude. He's a nice pig. I mean, you're gonna punch him in the face?
Yeah, I know,
he's in trading.
I mean, next thing you know, you're gonna shoot Bambi, right? I mean, or Bambi's mom.
No, Wilbur only gets punched because he can't block it. But he's getting there.
So would you shoot Bambi's mom? I mean, she died pretty much in the very beginning of the movie. I mean,
what would that accomplish?
Are you the shooter?
Is Bambi's mom training to be a target?
I don't. Well, obviously she is because she got killed in the very beginning of the movie.
No, but not by me.
Well, you're punching Wilbur in the face. I don't understand why you're still punching
He's
Wilbur.
in training.
So. In training for what? Get his ass whooped by you?
To be a boxer.
Oh, Wilbur's getting in training.
Wilbur's gonna be a boxer. He's gonna be the first pig on the bust.
Roberta, you could be such an asshole.
It's gonna be my fifth film.
Roberta,
Your best film.
God, I'm the asshole because
it's actually going to be the fourth film in the From Hell trilogy, which is going to throw people off because they're not going to see that coming.
Yeah, they won't see that coming at all.
They won't see it. Yeah.
What's the movie called again?
Wilbur.
Wilbur got punched in the face?
Just Wilbur. It's just going to have a friendly-looking pig on the front.
Tell me Daniel Radcliffe is going to be the voice of Wilbur, right?
He is now.
He is now, right? I mean, Daniel Radcliffe has to be the voice of Wilbur. Right?
Yeah. Might as well be.
So how does a pig sound when he gets punched?
I mean, it was gonna be Sid Haig, but he's sadly no longer with us. So Daniel Radcliffe is a good choice too. He basically just says, "Hey, stop hitting me."
Stop hitting me! Stop hitting me! You're hitting me! I'm trying to go with the Daniel Radcliffe voice. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It sucks. I'm glad we're not YouTubing anymore.
That's why I gotta hire him.
But
instead of doing it myself.
I'm streaming Oz.
I can't tell it. Daniel Radcliffe
I'm
either.
streaming Assassin's Creed. There's one hell of a thunderstorm over here. Man, thunderstorms in the Mediterranean are terrifying.
Besides that, I'm worth $50 million. I'll punch a pig if I want to.
$50 million if I want to punch a pig? Wow.
But if I want to give them the money to punch a pig, I will.
Well, hook me up with some Zen with that $50 million shit.
Yeah, talk to my accountant.
I wouldn't mind some Zen too.
Throw me out like $100. That's all I need.
Mail it to P.O. Box 5955.
P.O. Box.
You have to talk to my accountant.
I'm in area code
Your name
89701.
is Sherry Moon Zombie.
That's 1005 Spartan Avenue in Carson City, 89701. Start mailing me some money. Stop fucking around.
Yeah. Care of Robert Cummings, Haverhill, Massachusetts.
Whatever, Roberta.
Yes, Roberta Cummings.
Roberta Cummings.
Haverhill, Massachusetts. It'll get me.
Whatever, Bob. Bobbing for apples, as usual.
So Bob works more effectively, you would say?
I didn't know Bob was short for Roberta.
It is today.
It is. Boberta. It's really hard to use that.
I don't know anybody else named Roberta, so I can't try it. But
Yeah.
I would like to see how she handled being called Bob.
Notice how he said that. I don't know anyone else named Roberta except for me.
Yeah, I know how to keep a joke going.
I love the joke. I'm not stupid.
I
ain't gonna stop it. I mean,
nobody else is going to ever know what you're talking about, though.
I'll be honest, I've been intoxicated for a little while now, and Roberta just sounds, you know... No way, I mean, yes, wait.
Just wait? What?
It'll be an interesting story to tell people when they ask why you're calling me Roberta.
It will be an interesting story, because I'm going to say I got it from Rebecca.
It was mistaken for Rob Zombie at a Denny's one time, so now I call him Roberta.
That's a
stupid Rob Zombie jumped and became Roberta, and
what?
he was talking about Rob Zombie, and Rebecca said Roberta, and I went with that.
I said Roberto. I said Roberto. Roberto.
Okay, well, no one's talking to you right now, Rebecca. God, you're ruining my joke. God!
Crew member
Roberto.
Toy screwed poor Gordon over.
Roberto Cummings.
Alright, I'm gonna give her a break tonight. Richard. Black flag, so actually, alright, yep. Alright. Night. It was a good stream.